Arena here in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam as we see this battle between the Saigon Heat, the home team at 13-12 versus the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas 18-7. This is the live and exclusive coverage of your Asean Basketball League Season number 9, Rise to Greatness. It's a good crowd here on a Sunday in Saigon. You guys are joined by Martin Javier and Coach Kevin Yurkus for this one. Exciting matchup here as we round up the regular season for both of these teams, Coach.
That's no question about it, partner. We thought last week was a playoff atmosphere when the Singapore Slingers were in town, but it's a whole different animal with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas here, bringing their cast of fans.
Yeah.
Sold out venue here at CIS, and you know, the playoffs are starting a week early here in the ABL.
And this is the lone game of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas here in Saigon, at least in the regular season. That's why the Filipino fans also crowded the venue today. But it's going to be a good mix, and it's going to be a good game between these two teams. You saw their standings earlier. Alab Pilipinas at 18-7, solo number 2 versus Saigon. Saigon, this will be, well, for placing for them, either number 5 or number 6 if they win or lose. Well, let's talk about their previous games first. For San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they got their first home loss of the season and the hands of the number 1 team against the Formosa Dreamers, 88-74. Park coming up big though with 24 points.
Yeah, and you know, I don't make much of these last few games for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They've had a lot of injuries. They're resting guys. They're getting ready for the postseason, and they've done a great job. They've had the luxury of having a good record, a good season, to being able to rest guys in key moments here at the end of the season, and that's what we've seen these last few games from San Miguel.
And on the other side for the Saigon Heat, Coach, how big of a win is this against the Singapore Slingers, a team that has previously beaten them 3 straight times here in the regular season? They finally get the win, and more importantly, they break their 3-game slide.
That's right, and that's the key. You know, they're coming off those 3 tough road losses, and to come home and get over the hump against the Slingers, who have had their number this year. That was quite a victory last week for Saigon Heat, and they're looking to build on that here again today.
D'Angelo Hamilton with back-to-back breakout performances for the Saigon Heat. But let's leave the pre-game discussion there first, and let's now go to the team introduction.
Mr. Jamie Alamak, assistant coach Mr. Mark Kuan. Và bây giờ tất cả mọi người là cổ động viên của Sài Gòn Heat. Hãy cùng chào đón những chiến binh của Sài Gòn Heat. Number 34, Team Wales. Number 2, Henry. For this game Mr. Lê Việt Đức, Mr. Kenny Boyna Prem Kumar, Mr. Chantaban Nattabong, Mr. Long Chong Win. Và bây giờ xin mời tất cả mọi người chúng ta hãy cùng đứng lên để làm lễ chào cờ. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem. And if are you moving, please stop right there for the national anthem. Thank you. Quốc ca.
Well, especially if he's got no matchup, as we see here on the screen. But you know, let's take nothing away here from Saigon Heat having their 3 imports. But it's always tough. San Miguel Alab only has 2 imports on their roster, and missing one of your imports puts a lot of pressure on the other player. But getting Ronaldo Balkman back, you know, he's just a different type of player who has the capability to dominate and lead his team as a solo import. And I think we might see a little bit of that today. Yeah, these 2 guys have played really well. They're rookies in the ABL. We've seen Quadtron really pick it up all throughout the season. But Corey Cilia is a guy, you know, I like to call him the corner sniper. He's come in and he's had some really good minutes. And these guys are very important in today's matchup. You look at San Miguel Alab Pilipinas' guards. You know, these guys, Urbistando, Javelino, and obviously Ethan Alvano. These guys are ball players. Bobby Ray Parks Jr., you know, they're going to need all the effort they can get, the Saigon Heat is, from their guards to be able to match up and even contain, at some level, the guards for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That's right, and this is a game, we talked to the staff before, this is a game Saigon Heat wants to win. They like to get into that 5th spot. They've had real good battles with the CLS Knights all year. It gets them in the other side of the bracket, and more importantly, it gets some momentum against the ABL champs heading into the playoffs. So this is a game they really want. They don't want to disappoint their home fans. They want to get to 14-12 and continue the momentum heading into the playoffs next week. Yeah, we've got an experienced crew here. These refs have been doing a lot of big ABL games, not just this year, but all throughout their careers. And I expect this to be a physical game. The last time these two teams squared off, it was Saigon Heat that was undermanned. And they got pushed around a bit by San Miguel, but there's no quit in either of these teams. And I expect it to be a physical, don't back down performance from both teams. Yeah, and that was an interesting game. A lot of fouls in that game. I think Trayvon Hughes ended his night with a technical foul. And Saigon Heat played the last 30-some-odd seconds with only 4 players. And so that's a game that this team, the Saigon Heat, a loss they'd like to avenge and head to the playoffs with good momentum. Yeah, excellent play by Durker. We're looking at the maturity of Chris Durker here. Early in the season, he had barreled into the basket and made a tough play, maybe even a turnover. But here, he gets a controlled baseline drive, keeps his head up, a nice little bounce pass to Hamilton. It's the Saigon Heat with the advantage inside, and Hamilton gets the and one opportunity. Well, the marquee matchup in this game is going to be Hamilton against Balkman. I think Hamilton's the one guy from a physicality and an energy standpoint that can run with Balkman. But I've said this all throughout the year. You've got to stay connected to Balkman. You've got to shadow him. And let's see what Hamilton does here in this game. Rivera's guarding Barone there. You got to throw that ball high. Throw it above his head. Only where Barone can get it. And then force Balkman to have to make a choice either to defend the help side. As we look at Hamilton firing a 3, no good. Well, we're looking at the game plan here early for Saigon Heat, and it's points in the paint. They recognize the size advantage that they have and the interior, and they're looking to take advantage of it early. Yeah, and that's a win here. That's a win here for Saigon Heat to be able to keep Ronaldo Balkman on the outside and make him shoot outside shots. He's really dangerous when he's attacking the glass, getting second chance opportunities, and using his energy and enthusiasm.
Here is Ethan Albano. He surveys Sumalino from straight away. That's good. And that's a three-pointer for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
I was watching Sumalino shoot in the pregame, and he was knocking down a lot of threes. Looked like he had a very comfortable shot.
Oh, but Quatron accelerating to the hoop. 7-3 start for the Saigon Heat.
And the energy in this building is fueling off this early Saigon Heat lead.
Albano left open from 17, and he is able to knock it down.
Yeah, and that's twice now they've left Albano wide open. You can't do that. He's a heck of a shooter. As you saw Kyle Julius say to Quatron, get over the screen, stay connected. Don't give him a wide open shot because he's capable of knocking down open jumpers.
That was a clear look for Albano. There's an open look on the other side. This time for Quatron, no good. Hughes open. He's got Parks on him now. Hughes dancing. Back out to Barone. Barone against the smaller Rivero. Hughes, 5 seconds to shoot for Saigon. Hamilton, the baseline move, too strong. Rebound goes to Sumalino. The bounce to Albano. Alab is off and running. Balkman on the move. Balkman with a jam!
And that's where Balkman can hurt you. In transition, when he's got size and length advantage, and that's exactly what he did. He took the ball like a KG veteran does to attack the rim and get the easy one.
And that ties things up here. Here's the outlet. Easily picked off by Calveron. Saigon on the run again. Hughes stops. And that will reset their offense here. Hughes on top. There's the cross-court pass. Quatran almost slipping. The pull-up jumper. That's a bit too strong for Quatran.
You know, one thing Alab does, they do an outstanding job of scrambling on defense. You know, I've noticed that in a lot of games this year. They don't give up when the ball gets swung on the perimeter. They're constantly running at guys, and that's, you know, that's a credit to Coach Jimmy Alapog and his scheme. But you know, there's no quit on them on the perimeter, and it's good to see their energy.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they want to end their free-game slide today against the Saigon Heat. Trayvon Hughes for three, no go. Here comes Albano. Quickly to Parks. Parks open. He fires and drops it in.
And I haven't seen San Miguel Alab Pilipinas play a lot in person. I know you have. You do a lot of their games. And you know, I'm really impressed with the defense of Bobby Ray Parks Jr. I mean, I've seen him defend, you know, guys at several different levels, at the national team stage here at the ABL, but he can really move his feet. As you see a three-point jumper there by Trayvon Hughes, and there should be an excellent matchup between Hughes and Parks.
That's right. Parks has developed that defensive presence, that defensive game over the years of his career. Here's Parks again from the corner. That's a little bit too strong. And Saigon with a chance to grab the lead back in this possession.
Yeah, the one thing, again, these players for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they got a lot of guys that are two-way players. Balkman's a two-way player. Albano's a two-way player. And obviously you see the same with Parks. He is, you know, an exceptional two-way player. As we see an offensive foul here called against D'Angelo Hamilton.
And a quick timeout here. Halfway done in the first quarter. And it's tied up here at 10 apiece in the first frame. There's a battle of fire on a scorching day here in Ho Chi Minh City and Vietnam. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas versus the Saigon Heat. All knotted up at 10 apiece here in the first frame. We're halfway done here. D'Angelo Hamilton making damage right away with 5 points. That's half of the entire team's output so far.
Yeah, and here's the mismatch we'll keep an eye on. Justin Young on Ronaldo Balkman. Let's see if San Miguel Alab Pilipinas can exploit that.
Balkman able to put one up, and that's a travel. So good defensive sequence right there for Justin Young.
Justin Young is I'm not an underrated defender, because people here in Vietnam and in Southeast Asia know that he can really defend, but he's got a big body, he moves his feet well, he doesn't reach, he walls up, he did a good job there of forcing the turnover.
There's Trayvon Hughes, 4.5 remaining here in the first quarter. Hughes on the attack, stripped and fouled. That is up against Oping Sumalinog.
Yeah, that Trayvon Hughes sees that Prince Romero mismatch, and he says, give me all that you want. But hey, credit Prince for moving his feet. He did a good job of staying in front of him. And that's all you ask of guys to do at this level. You know, you get a mismatch. Rivero's obviously not as quick as Trayvon Hughes. You get stuck in a mismatch, but don't try to make a hero play.
Yeah.
Just stay in front of him. Stick with it. Stick with him.
Yeah.
Make him attack downhill. Put his head down so the help can surround him and crowd him a bit. And, not a bad job there by Rivero, but he got bailed out on the reach-in. Simulino.
But Trayvon taking advantage of this trip at the free throw line, 2 for 2. Josh Urbistondo, a.k.a. the fireball in the ball game, now replacing Sumalino.
Is that his shot or his personality? You know him better than I do. A little bit of both, right?
He got his shot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a heck of a shooter. I've been watching him the last several years.
Yeah.
He could really knock down the open shot.
Spitfire point guard from the Philippines, Josh Urbistondo, who's got pro experience. And he always brings to the table for Alab Pilipinas. Here is a steal for Guatran, and the breakaway lay-in for Trayvon Hughes.
Yeah, great pass there by Tron to thread the needle, and a good finish by Hughes high off the glass.
14-10. Hughes with 4 straight points. Parks left open, and he will knock it down. Parks with the answer.
The scrambling defense by Saigon Heat is using a lot of energy, but these guys for San Miguel Alab can shoot. You can't make them shooting practice threes because they'll knock them down.
Here's the outlet. Ooh! That is deflected out of bounds by Chris Durker to stop the easy fast break play of Alab.
Yeah, this is what you see when you have Balkman in the lineup. It's like fire and ice. When Ramos is in the lineup, they play through Ramos. It's more of a half-court game, but when Balkman's in, it's all hell's loose. They just go and play and continue to put the pressure on you.
And Young is called for the foul here while guarding Ronaldo Balkman. So Rosser will check in for Prince Rivero here.
Yeah, this is the lineup I expect to see, the core lineup today for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Rosser, Urbistondo, Parks, here Balkman, and along with Elvano. This is a good lineup, and let's see what kind of damage they can do.
Here is Ronaldo Balkman. Ray open again. Too strong that time. Calderon grabbing it.
Bobby Ray Parks Jr., you go under the screen on him, and Coach Jimmy Alapag is going to tell him to shoot that every single time, and he will.
Has hit a couple of three-pointers here in the first quarter. Barone getting it to Trayvon Hughes. Alvano guarding him here on top. 4 seconds to shoot for Saigon. Here's Quatran from the corner. That's good. That beat the buzzer for Quatran.
Excellent defense there by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas for 23 seconds, but they fell asleep and left Tron open, and he made it pay by knocking down a 3.
Saigon up by 4. Balkman on the attack. A little bit too much on that shot. And Trayvon Hughes back the other way. Oh, left-handed pass. Making 2 defenders commit. And they called a foul here against Brandon Rosser.
That's something that the Saigon Heat works on a lot, is interior ball fakes. Justin Young is a smart player. He feels the bigs behind him, gives up the pump fake, and gets himself to the line.
What a pass there. No-look pass coming from Trayvon Hughes to set up Justin Young. And D'Angelo Hamilton quickly in for Chris Durker. So Young at the free throw line. This is the ABL rookie, Justin Young, but has spent time also in the VBA and has been exceptional in the local league here in Vietnam.
He's played in the VBA. He's played in the TBSL. He's a rookie in the ABL, but he's certainly no rookie to professional basketball. Yeah. And he's a valuable player in a number of different ways.
Missing on 2 free throws there. Oh, Urbistondo left alone. Doesn't take it. Shortstop, no go. Rosser with a putback. And announcing his return to the lineup for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas after missing a few games with that MCL injury.
Yeah, nice play there by Rosser to get on the board. San Miguel gets a lot of these effort and energy plays. And, Rosser got a big body, 6'7". He's athletic, and he wants to get more minutes. He just needs to continue to make plays like that.
Lead is down to 2. Alab Pilipinas knocking on the door. Balkman will go to the bench of Alab, replaced by J.R. Alabanza.
And if you look at these lineups here, right, just your eye test tells you, big advantage Saigon Heat, but we all know that this San Miguel Alab Pilipinas team, these locals are gritty and tough, and so, but this is a chance for Saigon Heat to extend their lead the final 2:08 of the first quarter while Balkman's on the bench.
And with the exception of Brandon Rosser on the floor. These are 4 players that were part of the championship team last year for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Here's the drive by Quatran, down the middle, no go. Paron with a cleanup job.
Yeah, and they've got a major advantage inside with Hamilton and Barone. And they continue to attack the glass. They should have their way.
Avelona, they're staring at a 4-point deficit. Avelona stops spins against Hughes. Alabanza attacking Hamilton. Rosser from the corner, that's good.
And that's all a young player needs. Rosser gets an effort and energy second chance point. And what's that lead? It leads to a nice knockdown jumper.
Long 2-pointer for Brandon Rosser. Foul on the other side here. Alab committing it also.
And for Rosser, that's got to be a 3. He's got to know where the 3-point line is. He's not known to be a 3-point shooter, but that's a big mistake. You can't get caught shooting a 2-pointer in that situation. Get yourself behind the line and get the 50% value increase by shooting 3 over 2.
So Trayvon Hughes against Pau Havilona here. 3-and-D guy at the point guard position for Coach Jimmy. Here is Hamilton with a catch. Hamilton carving space. Oh, Hamilton forcing his way in.
Yeah, good patient play there by Hamilton. Felt the defenders around him, but understood he had the size advantage, so he took his time and powered up to the rim, and just no rim protection there to stop him.
D'Angelo Hamilton, again, a good start for him, just like in their game against Singapore. 7 points here in the first quarter. Alabanza with possession. Oh, denied by Hamilton. Orbistondo for 3. Oh, in and out. Half-minute remaining.
Yeah, Alabanza is not going to win that battle against Hamilton under the basket, but a good job of keeping the ball alive.
Here's Hamilton again. Making Alabanza commit, and he will head to the line here for 2 shots. Foul on J.R. Alabanza.
How about the verticality of J.R. Alabanza here, huh? He leapfrogged him. Ooh. That, huh?
Showing us the hops here. But not the good kind, because he committed the foul against D'Angelo Hamilton that time. So D'Angelo Hamilton will continue his stare offensively for the Saigon Heat, Coach Kevin.
Yeah, he's been having these hot first quarters, getting 7, 8, 9, 10 points in first quarters these last few games, and that hot start continues for Hamilton as he's leading his team here early on.
And also getting the job done defensively. You saw the denial earlier against J.R. Alabanza. He misses a second free throw though, but it gives him the 5-point lead. Ray bringing the ball down against Justin Young here.
And you see the versatility of Justin Young. He guards Ronaldo Balkman in one possession and Ray Parks in another possession.
Last possession time for Alab. 4 seconds to work with. Parks has Barone. Parks will attack. Parks, the floater. No good. As time will expire here, first 10 minutes of play is done. The Saigon Heat, the home team, yet another good start for them here, 23-17. They're up by 5 at the end of the first. quarter of this game back inside the CIS Arena here in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. The Saigon Heat with a 5-point lead after the first quarter, 22-17. Marking of the air with Coach Kevin Yerkes. And Coach Kevin, Saigon was able to take control in the early parts. Alab was able to match them in the middle part of that quarter, but Saigon got the finishing kick towards the end.
Yeah, it's only a 5-point game. This is, again, it got a playoff buzz to it. Both teams playing hard, not giving anything, and, I think we're in for a good one today, partner.
Oh, Rosser with the rejection as we start the second quarter here. Fans looking for the goaltend, none given.
Yeah, that one was close. We'd have to look at that again, but nevertheless, the call was not made, so we got to move on and keep playing.
Alab Pilipinas on the attack here. They got Bogman, Rosser, Albano, Javelona, and Urbestondo on the floor. Rosser for the three-pointer.
7 quick points for Brandon Rosser, and playing with a lot of confidence. And that's what young players need. They get going early, and they can be a big factor for their team.
And he's going to fill in big time for Kalen Chongson and Lawrence Domingo. So far, so good for Brandon Rosser here. One-legged fadeaway will not work for Barone.
Yeah, Barone's got to get into the body of Rosser. At least take one hit him in the chest, get him leaning, and then make a more creative, athletic move to the goal.
Oh, he falls down there, but Hamilton will recover. Well, tap from behind, and this is a breakaway layup for Pau Pau Javelona.
Oh, Javelona's got to dunk that, partner.
But a quick start here, a 5-0 start by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in the second quarter to tie things up. This was the tap from behind for Javelona, picked up by Bogman, and quickly back to the Javelona for the easy deuce. We got a timeout on the floor for the Saigon Heat. To the coverage, 22 all, 8:34 remaining here in the first half, and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas defense has been turned up here in the second quarter. Coach Kevin, you talked about earlier how they have a lot of two-way players on this team, and that's the key for them. That's one of the biggest reasons in assembling a good defensive team here in the league.
No question. And, I'm looking out here, and there's size mismatches all over the place, but it doesn't matter. Albano, Javelano. You look at Urbestondo, they can match up against anyone. These guys are tough, and this has been a staple of why they won their championship, is that they're and that's how it should be for two perennial playoff teams. These are two of the better teams in the league, and there's no point in playing a mop-up game to end a season when you got to use these games to get your final tune-up before the end of the season. Yeah, an excellent job of using his length and athleticism, and he's getting up there above Barone on those rebounds, and credit to his effort and his energy. Yeah, that's that slice cut play that Saigon Heat likes to run, and if Bulkman's going to guard Hamilton on the perimeter, that slice cut's wide open, and I was
What makes a champion? Passion, grit,
silence.
Better.
Nothing is
What makes a champion? Passion, grit, determination.
Don't know who's gonna finish at number 1 in the ABL Top 10. Let's find out right now. Starting us off at number 10 is this nifty pass from Dang Quat Tran over to D'Angelo Hamilton in the home of the BTN CLS Knights. Court vision from Tran, able to find the world import who lumbered to the rim. That's number 10. Number 9, we stay with the Heat as Corey Celia from beyond the arc to beat the buzzer. What a shot! And that would help give Saigon an 8-point lead heading into the half, where they would eventually overcome the Singapore Slingers. Big shot from the local as he shows off the range to knock down the triple. That's at number 9. At number 8, the newest face of the Macau Black Bears, DeWarrick Spencer, announcing, signifying, telling everyone that he's here and he's ready to roll with the Black Bears. Check this out once again as Spencer from way beyond half court, the range, splashing it at number 8. Number 7, it's Ryan Watkins, the Spencer, the Watkins once again. How many times have you seen a double alley-oop in the ABL? Well, now you've seen it with your own 2 eyes as the world imports hooking up and making mincemeat of the Wolf Warriors. Number 6, we go to the Formosa Dreamers, who have been red hot all season long. And it's defense like that from Malcolm Miller helping the Dreamers take away the number 1 seed from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. At number 5, D'Angelo Hamilton not only scoring but also protecting the rim. Check out the denial on John Fields III, and then one more time for good measure, this time on the X-Man. Look at the defense from D'Angelo Hamilton. That's your number 5. Number 4, Jaron Young. Does this shot look familiar? It could be from the good doctor. Talking about Dr. J, as Jaron Young able to get all the way to the rim with the reverse. Number 3, we go to one of the most creative scorers in the ABL. Mike McKinney jab stepping and fading away all the way to number 3. What a shot there from the red hot world import of the Black Bears. And number 2, in one of the most thrilling games of the season, the Knights had to complete the comeback within double-digit deficit, and they were able to do that courtesy of Wong Wei Long, the triple, and then on transition, the BTN CLS Knights would find the former MVP. And Wong would give the Knights the lead once again after being down by double digits with a minute remaining in the game. One of the greatest comebacks in the ABL this season, Wong Wei Long splashing his way to number 2. And the best part of that game was the final shot of the BTN CLS Knights, as Douglas Herring getting all the way to the rim, finishing with the contact, finding a way using all types of English to finish over the Saigon Heat and finish at number 1 in your ABL Top 10 Plays of the Week.
What makes a champion? Passion, grit, determination.
A challenge can make or break you. Work hard in silence. Let success be your noise.
Never stop, you can only get better. The only one that can hold you back is yourself.
I'm a warrior. I put my war paint on.
We are the composers of our own destiny. Nothing is out of reach if we dare to dream the impossible. Believe the unbelievable and never take no for an answer. Because greatness is in all of us. For we are all champions.
Joining us in this coverage of the Asean Basketball League Season number 9, Saigon Heat versus San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Martin Javier with Coach Kevin Nurkas doing this game. And you see the stats here, Coach Kevin, but you don't see here the biggest difference of the first half, at least for the Saigon Heat.
Yeah, the difference is from the free throw line. Saigon Heat is 8 of 12. They've got 12 attempts to only 1 attempt for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 0 for 1. So 8, Saigon Heat plus 8 at the free throw line. And that's the difference in the game here at 42-38. All the other stats, pretty even. Trayvon Hughes with 17 points for Saigon Heat. And on the other end, Ronaldo Balkman.
Free throws is
well, and that's not.
It is a miss for Alab. Trayvon Hughes now with 20 points in the ball by Alvano. Alvano quickly to Parks. Ray retrieving. Ray scores.
Yeah, excellent job there. Great help defense from the weak side by Alvano to get the steal, and then keep their eyes open to get Ray Parks a nice patient finish at the rim.
Against Ethan Saigon, we
get a chance. Was there, the spacing wasn't good. Hamilton threw a straight line pass. He probably should have thrown that to the rim, but nevertheless, they came up with the steal, got the turnover back from Alab, and then gave it right back.
Alab starting with the same starting lineup they had in this game with Rivero, Sumalino, Parks, Alvano, and Ronaldo Balkman at the center position. Alvano against Parono, taking advantage and scoring with the offhand.
Yeah, that's a nice move. Good hesitation. Caught Barone leaning a little bit and gets him with the off leg right hand.
Gone.
Some ice after this to you off the air that on the air or on TV on the screens, Ronaldo Balkman looks lean.
Yeah.
When you see him in person, he's not lean. He's just tall and thin, but he's thick all the way through. And it matched up against the end
for Slingers. So 45-44. Alab Pilipinas only down by 1. Saigon looking for answers, easily deflected and anticipated by Rivero. Here's Alvano accelerating. Oh, too strong.
Alvano's got to use the glass. He's got to pick a side and use the glass on that. That's what happens on those long shots.
Shaken up.
Long layup.
The 3 start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, the visiting team, to open the second half again, to paint you guys a clearer picture of the different scenarios and the implications that this game has, Coach Kevin, at least for the Saigon Heat. If they win this game, they will secure that number 5 spot and they will face the CLS Knights round if they lose all season.
It's unsettled, been settled, and
pressure here for Saigon to win this game. And CLS
exactly what he was doing. He hit him without hitting him, we like to say. He saw Durker went up. So this is a hard foul. You see him and extravagant. That's a send a message off that 3-point.
Coming here. Alvano scoring on the drive.
And that's poor defense, help side defense. Hamilton was too far extended on the perimeter, and Durker didn't rotate. I mean, that's advantage San Miguel Alab to have Ethan Alvano one-on-one in the paint against Corey Cilia.
Barone against Rosser. Barone on a short stab. Now Barone making his presence felt here in the second half.
Saigon Heat continuing to go inside. Both teams attacking the paint, testing each other's toughness and grit.
Ronaldo, the kick out. Rosser hit one earlier, hits it again.
Like this within that
on the other end. Outlet. And
backing down, we still got 16 plus minutes left in this game, and a lot could happen.
5-0 run here for the Saigon Heat. Barone couldn't add to it at the free throw line, but Barone has played well. Does not do them any favor.
Great hustle there by Rosser. And
tried to go for the sham guard there. Foul given up by Havilona.
Yeah, Balkman's a little bit upset by that Turnover there by Havalona. You see them looking at each other. Bad. Let's just play there. Attacking baseline, stopping, keeping his eyes open, and making a winning play for his team. Excellent play by Durker.
But Parks with a three-pointer for San Miguel Alab to break the.
Take that charge straight. That's an excellent play. Now, if he steps to the side, he gets the blocking call. But he steps on an angle, moves his feet at the right angle, he gets the offensive foul and a turnover going the other way. Great job by Parks.
Because he's got a more established position that way.
That's right.
Avilona, Urbistondo, closely guarded by Celia. Oh, that is stopped by Turker. And Bachman with a little bit of frustration right after that play.
It goes back to the old fundamental defensive drill when you're in junior high. It's the zigzag when you're playing defense. It's drop the hips, drop your pivot foot, and sink. It's no different there.
Bachman missing on the outside shot. Urbistondo tapping that, but Heat will recover. Hughes dancing. We'll back up here. We'll reset the offense for Saigon. 10 seconds to shoot. Calderon facing up against Parks. Barone driving right. Goes cross-court. Durker moves in. Oh, stolen away by Urbistondo. And what a great play there defensively by the Fireball to take that ball away.
And partner, look at these matchups defensively. You got Parks on Barone, Havalona on Hughes, and both doing a sensational job of keeping them in front and forcing them into a tough possession.
Right, I was about to say that's a good mix defensively for Alab Pilipinas. Urbistondo. They go to Bachman. Bachman against Hughes. Oh, Bachman able to put it in. The foul and the finish for Bachmania.
And Bachman with a little shove to Hughes into the ad board there. And then he goes over to help him up. A couple of New York guys there, just battling. But excellent recognition and good patience. Find Bachman inside, and it does exactly what a big should do. Just explode right to the rim.
And took full advantage of that mismatch against Trayvon Hughes. Now the Bachman coming alive here in the second half for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 8 points, coach, in the third.
Bachman gave Hughes a nice forearm right into the ad there. And the referees were talking about it, but let's see what call they made.
So our official score, I think, is 58 all here.
Count the basket and give Bachman the one free throw, but Kyle Julius is going to call a timeout.
We'll take a break, and we're all knotted up at 58 here in the third frame. Back to the ball game here, and you saw earlier before the timeout, Trayvon Hughes contesting that call or non-call because he felt like he was pushed to the ad board by Ronaldo Bachman in the previous play.
Well, he was, and Bachman on the follow-through, instead of just kind of running through the play, he ran through Hughes a little bit as well, and that's a veteran move. We were talking earlier. Some people have labeled Bachman as a sometimes dirty. Taking shots at guys, but I don't see it that way. I see it as he's a veteran guy, well-traveled, playing a lot of high-level leagues, and he's just using veteran tactics to try to get into the head of his opponent. And sometimes that means giving a guy a little nudge, maybe a bump out of bounds, maybe a hard foul, but that's all done to try to see which who's stronger mentally.
Yeah, that's why he's such an intelligent player. Talking about Ronaldo, and speaking of intelligence, Urban Stondo getting the steal on the other end for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, just snatching it away from behind. And here comes Parks.
Yeah, excellent read, good help defense there by Urban Stondo.
Rere finding Havilona. Havilona seeing the open lane, got the contact, but couldn't get it on the reverse.
Yeah, you got the contact, but you got to sell that a little bit more. You got to really go into that body and feel that contact.
Celia thought about it, gets it to Hughes eventually. Trayvon's got Rosser on him. Hughes, the fake, the shot, no go from distance. And 57.1 seconds remaining. Possession for Alab Pilipinas.
And that's not a good possession there. You got Brandon Rosser on you, and you take a step through long two. Trayvon Hughes has got to attack him at the rim, pull him back out, use your quickness, and try to get to the rim, make the defense help and rotate, and then look for open weak side players.
Prince Rivero back in the ball game for Alab. Parks could score with his strong hand. Here comes Hughes. Trayvon to the corner. Celia for three. Knocks it through.
That's the corner sniper. Last week he thought I called him the scorer sniper, but that's what he does. He knocks down corner threes, and that's a big bucket for Saigon Heat.
First triple off the game for Corey Celia. Parks facing up against Hughes. Ray will dance with Hughes. Parks flipping it up, draws the foul on Trayvon.
Just like I talked about with Havilona earlier, right?
Yeah.
Parks sells it. He gets to the rim, he takes the contact, and he sells it. And that's why he got the call. I don't know if that was a foul. We'll take a look at the replay there. Yeah, Hughes bumped him. That's definitely a foul, but the extra sales job there.
Yeah.
It gets him to the free throw line and two much needed points here potentially to close the quarter for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Ray Parks at the free throw line, the back-to-back local MVP of the Asean Basketball League. Knocks down the first free throw, and Alab Pilipinas supposed to within 2 points.
Ray Parks possibly in his final season?
Yeah,
final
possibly.
ABL season?
Yeah. Got drafted in the PBA in the Philippines earlier in the year. Parks is averaging close to 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 3.4 assists here in ABL 9. 61-60 is the count. Hughes on the pull-up. No good. Celia with the offensive rebound, but time will expire right before he got the shot off. So it is a 1-point game after 3 quarters of play here inside the CIS Arena. Fighting fire here in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. The home team, the Saigon Heat, holding on to this 1-point advantage, 61-60. We go back to our coverage here inside the CIS Arena in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Saigon Heat, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas batting it out here in the last day of the regular season here in the ABL 9. Both teams playing also their last game of the elimination round, and Alab Pilipinas winning the third quarter to pull to within a point in this matchup. Coach Kevin, okay, for both of these teams, what do they need to do to secure this victory?
It's going to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes in the fourth quarter. The fouls, the turnovers, the timely shots. You know, it's the team that executes, makes timely baskets, and takes care of the basketball that's going to come away with this victory.
Now the Balkman opening the scoring here in the fourth frame. He's got 20 points now. Across his name, Barone got hit. Still down here, grimacing in pain.
Prince Rivero hit him good. You know, we've seen a lot of these, and as a coach, you know, I don't like to see players get hit low or get hit in the head, but I'm a fan of physical play.
Yeah.
You know, you don't let guys just go in and out of the paint and just wander through. You know, I mean, this is not an individual sport; it's a team sport.
Yeah.
And you got to defend the paint, and sometimes you got to hit guys when they're going through, but you just got to do it cleanly and within a framework of sportsmanship.
And you're right, Prince Rivera got him on the hard bump there. Barone going up again. That time he got the foul on Balkman. So free throws coming here for Cal Barone, who scored 6 in the third quarter alone. A total of 12 points for him so far. And a good cut and catch off the inbound.
And he's a little upset. He's talking to the official about something. I think that hit from Rivera the last time there, that's got Barone a little rattled. And, you know, I think that very colorful mask by Ronaldo Balkman, maybe that's going to inspire Kyle Barone to put a little red and yellow paint on his mask.
But it matches so far with the black jersey they have on. They've been playing with this kit for in the last 2 games at least.
They call it their city uniform.
Ooh.
And, you know, for Saigon City.
63-62. Lead is with Saigon. Here's the kick out, well read by Quatran. He splits the defense. Quatran is on the move. He's got Albano to beat. And he is able to do so for that hoop.
Yeah, Balkman threw the ball away, live ball turnover, caught at the top, and that's what happens. Easy bucket going the other way.
Saigon with a 3-point lead. Albano throws it to the wrong man. Here is Hughes. Trayvon against Albano. Turker, catch and shoot for 3. No good. And Albano gets the rebound. Alab Pilipinas on the run. Avilona accelerates. Oh, going left. Rivero with a cleanup job for Alab.
There's that man again, Prince Rivero. He's probably got more publicity in this game than he's had all year.
Right. Quatran flips it up. Too strong. Albano gets the rebound. Here comes Alab again. Balkman waiting on the other end. Waited for the contact from D'Angelo Hamilton, but good hands from Hamilton to deflect that ball out of bounds. And last touch on Balkman.
Yeah, Balkman trying to sell a foul there, but you know Hamilton's a smart defender. He's not going to just give him one, and he does a good job of holding his ground. And Balkman just lost the handle there.
8:17 remaining in this exciting matchup. 1-point game. Heat with a matchstick lead. Oh, they crowd Hughes. Barone on the attack. Easy lane for Cal Barone. Oh, scramble for the ball. Durker retrieving it. And that's a turnover on Alab. What just happened there?
Yeah, Balkman playing a little effortless these last couple possessions. 2 careless turnovers and no rim resistance there on that last defensive possession.
But they get the counter steal. Ronaldo securing that possession. Balkman attacking Hamilton. Foul called against D'Angelo here. It was whistled while Balkman was falling down.
He was selling it again. Balkman went to the University of South Carolina.
Yeah.
He did well in his marketing class there. Salesmanship, right? That's what you got to do. It's what veterans do. Sell your call. Get your team a team foul, and 1 step closer to the bonus.
Russer with a 2-handed hammer. Oh, what a jammed there by Rosser, but a better feed. And setup job coming from Albano.
Yeah, Albano's excellent patience there. Gets a couple guys on him, doesn't leave his feet, and finds the cutting Rosser, who's had a great game here for the easy stuff.
1 point game again. D'Angelo Hamilton goes around Rosser, doesn't make the hoop. And here comes Ethan Albano Alab with a chance again to take the lead. Ethan goes to Balkman here, facing up against Barone. Barone, or Balkman rather, on the attack. Unable to put it through. Barone secures the possession. Saigon on the attack. Hughes. Durker from the corner. No good. Hughes, fouled in the process before the basket.
And that'll be 3 team fouls here on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And Barone's going to the line like it's an and one, but it was Hughes who got fouled.
So it should be Trayvon Hughes. Or should be taking the free throws.
I don't know how that's 2 shots. Hughes was passing the ball to Barone.
Let's see here. Hughes got it.
Maybe he was shooting.
Yeah.
The ball just got knocked out of his hand. So actually, good job there by the officials of getting together and making sure they get the call right. You know, the officials, just like the players, you know, they're getting ready for their playoff run. And there's nothing wrong with taking a little extra time, especially in these close, highly contested games.
And deciding.
Get the call right.
Right.
That's what's most important.
Trayvon Hughes at the free throw line here. He's got 21 points so far. 6 rebounds, 7 assists. And quickly returning back to his old form here in the ABL.
3-point lead. Neither team able to pull away. Fasten your seatbelts there, partner. We're in for the long haul.
Albano, guarded by Young. They flip it up to Balkman, who's got Durker on him, and Balkman will lose it out.
Looking at Balkman here. I believe that's his 4th turnover. He's got 2 this quarter. 6:21 left and a 3-point lead for Saigon Heat.
Good stay-at-home defense in the previous play for Chris Durker. That big body rather, really bothering Balkman. And the defensive end, Barone on the turnaround, no good. Balkman getting in there. Barone picks it up. Ooh! That is denied by Balkman.
That's the first time we've seen Balkman challenge at the rim.
Right.
He's been a little soft at the rim, but not that time. He recognizes that the game's getting into crunch time.
Balkman from straight away drops in his first triple of the game.
Now that is a good 3-point shot. Off the catch, not off the dribble. Defense sagged in, off the dribble drive. That's a nice 3 and a good decision by Balkman.
And what a time for it to come. That one's for the tie here, 69 all. Trayvon Hughes tries to counter. He does! Big bucket coming from Trayvon Hughes.
That's two guys from New York playing at Rucker Park.
Yeah.
Saying, my turn, your turn.
Ronaldo. Young bodying him up. Here's the kick out. Josh thought about it, doesn't take it. Ethan grabs it. Ethan fires. Albano drops it in.
That's good footwork there. Catches it. Offhand pivot foot. 1 jab. And a nice shot over the top to tie the game.
Trayvon, another one. Too strong. Saigon gets it back. Hughes to Young. Young, the finish! Kissing it off the glass and in. And Saigon Heat back in front by 2. 74-72. Timeout, Coach Jimmy Alabag and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. ball game, 2-point lead for the home squad, the Saigon Heat, defending champions, trying to end a 3-game slide in this game. Saigon, on the other hand, the home team, just ended their 3-game slide last week against Singapore Stingers, trying to make it 2 in a row as we enter the playoffs.
And a good timeout there by Coach Miguel Alab. Get his team to regroup, remind, hey guys, we're only down 2.
Yeah.
There's a ton of time left. Let's just settle down. Let's get good possessions. Let's get our defense set, rebound, and then attack going the other way.
Rosser, you saw his numbers earlier. Breakout game here, 14-7 across his team. Sumalinog with a big bucket. That's a 3-pointer to put Alab on top.
Yeah, Saigon Heat tried to cross up San Miguel Alab Pilipinas by coming out in the zone, but that's tough to do when you got all these shooters on the floor for San Miguel.
Not just calling card, a 3-and-D guy for Coach Jimmy Alapag. Ball will be tapped out. It will remain with the side of the Saigon Heat. 4:11 remaining. They got 12 seconds to work with here.
Again, we're watching the officials confer, trying to get calls right here.
I think they're trying to confirm the shot clock or the time remaining on the shot clock of the Saigon Heat. Let's see.
Maybe the shot clock reset. They thought the ball hit the rim.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at 12 on the clock. That seems like an awfully quick shot clock.
So they're trying to confirm if they're going to reset to 14.
We're conferring with the table commissioner here, the very popular Le Van Duc. Man here who wears a lot of hats in Vietnam and is a big part of Vietnam basketball, and good job there by the table and the officials to confer. Again, make sure you get it right, especially in a critical juncture of the game.
So they put off 2 seconds on the game clock. It's now 4:09 remaining in the 4th frame. All good hustle there for Sumalinog. Scramble for the ball. Baron gets it. Baron bothered by Rosser. And he heads to the line for 2 shots. That crazy sequence of the inbound.
That couldn't secure the rebound. And a good foul by Rosser. The only problem is, with about 3:59, almost 4 minutes to go, that puts Saigon Heat in the bonus.
Yeah.
So any foul, non-offensive, non-player control foul, will put Saigon Heat at the line the rest of the game.
Cal Baron misses the first free throw. That's a crucial miss for him. And they could play it slow. From this point forward, Coach Kevin, 4 minutes remaining. They could play this game at the free throw line.
Yeah, they sure can. And you get to the line, it means you've got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
You got to sell the contact. You got to make sure that you hold your ground, don't turn the ball over, take the foul, get to the line, and get the easy points.
75 all, back at square one. Under 4 minutes remaining.
Saigon Heat went to that zone for 1 possession. Decided to get back to man-to-man.
Ray, he's got Quatran. Sumalinog back outside. Parks will attack Quatran. Parks the kick out. Alvano the catch and shoot. Too strong, did not hit the rim. Saigon looking to take the lead back. Hughes thought about it. Stop. Looking for a teammate now. Hounded by Rosser. Gets it to Hamilton. D'Angelo putting on the moves against Balkman. Hamilton double teamed. He kicks it out. They swing it around. Quatran drives. Could not finish it. McTurker was right there to clean it up.
I know Quatran missed that shot, and it looked like an easy layup, but his ability to attack and put pressure, put 2 guys on him, left the wide open putback for Chris Durker. And now the seesaw goes back to Saigon Heat with a 2-point lead.
Balkman, quickly gets the bucket back for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, but he is down on the floor on the other end. Hughes, Saigon will take advantage. Baron easy bucket inside. And they will attend to Ronaldo Balkman, who is still down on the floor for Alab Pilipinas.
We don't know if it's an ankle or a cramp. Have to see the replay to see how he landed.
They're getting him stretched out here. I think he's cramping up on that left leg.
He hasn't played in a few games, and it's hot in here today.
Right.
packed environment. So we'll check his status after the timeout.
79-77. I'll be back after this. Back to the ball game. 2-point lead for the Saigon Heat, 79-77, 2:40 remaining in our contest here. We'll see if Ronaldo Balkman will return on the floor for Alab Pilipinas. But if not, the locals will have to hold the fort for them.
Well, I see Prince Rivero come into the game, which tells me that Ronaldo Balkman will not.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to risk it, Coach Kevin.
Yeah, you know, it's a meaningless game. You know, he's got his mask off. He's sitting over there by Coach Jimmy Alapog, and you know, we'll see. Give him a minute. See if his teammates can keep the game close, and then we'll see what happens.
So Albano, Rosser, Rivero, Parks, and Sumalino. Rosser gets denied on that dunk attempt. Here is Hughes. Hamilton puts it on the floor, spins, denied by Rosser.
And I like the officials. No call on both ends. It's good defense. You know, defensive players making plays above the rim and not hitting the body or the arms. I think that's good officiating both ways.
Last 2 minutes off this game. Parks. Back to Malino. Parks take over time here for the back-to-back local MVP. And he drops in the triple to take the lead.
Too much space for Kyle Barone. You got to recognize there's no imports on the floor for San Miguel. You don't give the best player on the floor who's a guard a chance to walk into a three-pointer. You got to get up on him and force him into the help.
80-79. Barone. He's got the smaller Rivero on him. Barone flips it up. And he earns a trip to the free throw line here.
Yeah, and that's good defense there by San Miguel. It's just Barone is just bigger and taller, and I mean, he's got 7-8 inches on Rivero.
Yeah.
But good job there. You see Simulino there. We call that choking the post. Ball gets fed into the post. Instead of a hard double, he kind of shadows the post to make the post man think that he's there.
And Barone, though, continues to miss crucial free throws. And this could bite them in the end game, Coach Kevin. 1.5 remaining.
I thought you were going to have a slip of words there. Bite them in the end game.
In the end game, yeah. Oh, 2 misses on that trip. Last 2 minutes here. They're calling it Saigon possession.
Yeah, and we don't have the benefit of replay there, but looked like a good call. Looked like someone from San Miguel Alab hit that ball.
Hughes, difficult three. No. Parks.
And that's going to be a foul on Durker over the back.
And Saigon Heat, though, not yet in the penalty. That's only their second team foul.
Yeah, you can risk that. Only 2 team fouls. Tell your guys, go and attack the glass. Ronaldo Balkman warming up there on the sidelines. He wants to come back in, but
let's see if they're going to risk it, though. They're in the lead right now by 1. Ray Parks did a big three-pointer earlier to give the lead back to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. This is ISO time for Parks. Ray cradling. Ooh. Bothered by the defense of D'Angelo Hamilton.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Great help, D. I thought Parks had a shot at the elbow there, but he took one extra dribble, and then he got caught leaving his feet and ran into the
the block machine, D'Angelo Hamilton. Now, huge possession for Saigon Heat and a big defensive possession for San Miguel.
And you saw Parks earlier apologizing to Sumalinog. Hughes. Trayvon, under a minute remaining. Saigon down by a point. Durker. Quatron for the lead. No! Ball tap to Albano. Ethan gets into Parks. 41 seconds remaining. Ray bothered by Hughes. And Alab Pilipinas can milk the clock here. Time on their side. Hughes driving on Hamilton. Albano rather. Bothered.
And a foul. Avellino looks like he fouled Barone here, and that'll be free throws.
Wow.
And that's a mistake by Albano there. He gets in there, he's got to shoot the little floater. Don't attack Kyle Barone at the rim and leave your feet on a sidewinder. Get to the elbow, make Barone step up, and then you can hit guys in the seams. And that's just a mistake. Albano's a young player. He's had a great rookie season, and next time he gets in that situation, he'll take that little 10, 12 footer.
And Calderon, let's see if they can, he could take advantage here. Missed 2 in his last trip. Doesn't miss the first. Pressure pack free throws for Calderon.
You might get a timeout here by Coach Jimmy Alapag with 25.5, assuming that second free throw is good.
1 out of 2. And no timeouts for San Miguel, or they will not call a timeout rather. Barone! Denied up top! Denying Parks up top there.
That's a mistake by Parks. You got to go for one shot there.
Saigon, 6 seconds left. Hughes, 4 seconds remaining. Hughes, this is a foul on Sumalinog. Wow. So 2 free throws coming for Trayvon Hughes. And the entire coaching staff of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas on their feet.
And I'm not sure why Coach Jimmy Alapag would use his final timeout in this scenario. 1.5 to go. Now you lose your ability to advance the ball. And look, you can't cry over spilled milk. The call's made, but you still got to keep playing. Now you lose the ability to get a play set. If Trayvon Hughes misses that second free throw, they've got no chance.
This was a defensive play earlier. Sumalino, that's where the foul was called.
Yeah, 50-50 call. I mean, it's not the worst call we've seen. It's tough to blow the whistle in that situation. He did have his arm in there, and that's probably one that you play on, but that's not an automatic.
And especially with less than 5 seconds remaining, that's a very big call here.
Yeah, I'm going back to possession before Ray Parks is a veteran player. He's been playing in this league a long time. 25.5 seconds to go. Your leader, Ronaldo Balkan's on the bench. You got a chance to take one shot.
Yeah.
And he takes a quick layup to attack the rim with Kyle Barone sitting right under the basket. It's not what you expect from a championship team to be making mental mistakes down the stretch, and that's not how you get yourself playoff ready. And I hate to be critical on Parks there, but you got to back that out, and you got to get that final possession with a chance to win or go to overtime. And now, to make matters worse, they put Trayvon Hughes to the line, and then Coach Jimmy Alapag uses his final timeout. Olive falling apart here in the final 25.5.
So 2 free throws coming up here for Trayvon Hughes. And pressure pack for him. 80 all. Trayvon in this game has been 4 out of 5. Drops in the first. They're back on top.
Yeah, and what I do here, I send Durker and Hamilton back. I missed the second one. and live for a 60-foot shot.
They get the rebound. Rosser with a heave. Rosser unable to put it through, and the Saigon Heat will escape with a 1-point win over the defending champion San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And more importantly, the Heat will lock up the number 5 spot going into the playoffs.
Yeah, what an excellent game. Hard-fought game by both teams. Very entertaining. And excellent job of Saigon Heat closing out the game, getting key stops. You know, I'm talking about Alab Pilipinas to close the game, but how about Kyle Barone, D'Angelo Hamilton making outstanding defensive plays for Saigon Heat to give them the victory and to seal up that number 5 spot in ABL 9 and a winning record to finish 14-12 on the season.
And Trayvon Hughes with the winning free throw for the Saigon Heat, who now goes up to 14-12 to finish the regular season. Again, they will be facing the CLS Knights of Indonesia in our first round matchup. That should be interesting, Coach Kevin. Well, in the regular season, they are 2-2. With the last 2 games going to CLS. How do you see that one playing out with Saigon now having momentum with 2 games, or with a 2-game winning streak going into the playoffs?
I see that to be an extremely well-contested contest between the 2 teams. I don't see any team pulling away, one team pulling away from the other. These 2 teams are very evenly matched. You know, they match up well across the board. They both got strong local players. They're athletic. They can defend the rim, and they've got closers who can make timely buckets. PTN CLS Knights have Doug Herring, and of course, Saigon Heat have Trayvon Hughes. I mean, that series is explosive. It's anybody's guess.
Yeah. And for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, well, they will drop to 18-8 and still in second place, and they will face Hong Kong Eastern in the first round. Hong Kong, of course, releasing Sam Deguara and going with Michael Holyfield as their final world import to enter the playoffs.
Yeah, and a key for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will be how healthy can they be.
Yeah.
You know, they've been banged up these last several games. Ramos in and out of the lineup. Buckman in and out of the lineup. Tionson missed today due to a suspension. And then, of course, you know, the status of Lawrence Domingo is up in the air. So, you know, this is a team that's not clicking on all cylinders right now on a 4-game losing streak. And they're going to have to get healthy if they want to make a playoff run and get back to their championship performance that they were in the playoffs last year.
So there you go, Coach Kevin. Always a pleasure to have you here in the coverage. Thank you so much for breaking this game down and about all the games that you did here in the season. But on behalf of the entire broadcast team here, my name is Martin Javier saying thank you and good night here from Saigon. And the Heat winning this one by 81-80 to secure number 5 here in ABL 9.